Narcet is here. Mayu is here. It's wonderful. Hi, all. This is so weird. There's nobody, and hi, Olivia. And nobody's actually here. It's just pictures of people. Hi, I'm Matt. I'm a professor of voice at San Francisco Conservatory of Music. Just a little bit about me, I suppose. I finished my academic training at the Juilliard School in 2006. And in the wake of that, I went on and had a career at some of the great stages of the world, performing in Santa Fe and Chicago and Washington National and all over the place. And I had a lot of focus in 21st century repertoire. I got to premiere a number of relatively important pieces, again, all over the country. And then when our son was born some 6 years ago, my wife and I decided it was a good idea for us to find a little bit more foundation in our life. And I transitioned to teaching full-time. I went back to school and got finished the coursework for my doctorate at CCM, at Cincinnati College Conservatory of Music. And in the wake of that, I was appointed professor of voice here at San Francisco Conservatory of Music. I'm in my second full year, which in COVID years, I feel like I've been at SFCM for 14 years now, but in actuality, just 2. And I absolutely love my job. So that's just a little bit about me. San Francisco Conservatory of Music is an amazing, amazing place. We have with us here today, Lisa Nichols, who is the head of our admissions department at SFCM. And if anybody has any questions specifically about the conservatory, she is a wonderful resource for potential applicants and people who want to know a little bit more about our amazing conservatory. So please reach out to me, but also reach out to Lisa, and she'd be glad to fill you all in on what makes SFCM so darn special. So right now I'm seeing a number of people who are here. Does it matter the order?
Whoever would like to go first, you can volunteer out of the 4 singers, and we can go from there.
Is there anybody that wants to sing first?
All right, we have a volunteer. Okay.
Hi, my name is Merced. I am
Merced.
Hi. I finished my undergrad at Cal State Northridge in 2019. I've been studying privately, continuing studying with my teacher, and I am getting ready for grad school applications in December. So
that feels great, huh?
Oh yeah, it feels
exciting.
I have a goal after a very strange and formless year.
Yeah, for real. Great.
So I will be singing the Jewel song from Faust.
Super. Thank you so much.
And I'm going to make sure my original sound is on. All right.
We do love hearing singers.
It helps.
This Zoom thing really tends to take away the fun of hearing people. But we're going to make some lemonade here out of these lemons. Let's do it.
Que de bijoux et son rêve charmant qui m'éblouit. Aussi je vais, les yeux n'ont jamais vu de richesse pareille. Si j'osais seulement me parer au moment de ce vent doré, toi, ce n'est plus toi, c'est la fille d'un roi qu'on salue au passage. Ah, s'il était ici, s'il m'envoyait ainsi, comme une demoiselle, il me trouverait belle. Ah, comme une demoiselle, il me trouverait belle. Comme une demoiselle, il me trouverait belle. Acheva la métamorphose, il me tord encore des cils, le bracelet, le collier. Ah, c'est comme une main qui sur mon bras se pose. Ah, j'arrête de me voir si belle dans ce miroir. Ah, j'arrête de me voir si belle dans ce miroir. Et c'est toi, Margarethe, et c'est toi, réponds-moi, réponds-moi, réponds vite. Ah, s'il était ici, s'il m'envoyait ainsi, comme une demoiselle, il me trouverait belle. Comme une demoiselle, il me trouverait belle. Comme une demoiselle, il me trouverait belle. Marguerite, ce n'est plus toi, ce n'est plus ton visage. Non, c'est la fille d'un roi qu'on salue au passage.
Right. Thank you, Merced. Thanks so much for sharing that with us. How did it feel?
It felt all right. My teacher and I have been working a lot on resetting the breath because I have a tendency to kind of keep holding and then I'll kind of have tension carrying over. So that's something that I'm very aware of.
Yeah.
Get too much into my head and just being present and staying on the breath.
Yeah. I can hear that. That's a good goal. We always like to be singing on the breath, right? I kind of want to touch a little bit about, so what's your relationship with this piece? How long have you been singing it?
I started with it, I picked it up about a year ago.
Okay.
And worked on it, and then put it away for a while. And brought it back a few weeks ago. Yeah. So it was kind of learned and then put away, and I'm bringing it back. And then you bring it back. Mm-hmm. It's a great way to do things. A lot of times when we try things out a little bit and put them away, what happens is our technique then is allowed to grow while the piece itself marinates, and it gives us an opportunity to just sort of like build as artists. And then when you come back to it, either the problems have resolved themselves just by nature of progress outside of that piece, or you have the tools in your toolkit to be able to take them on. So another question that I have is, what's your relationship to the French language? Tell me about that. Do you sing a lot in French? Do you speak it? Where are you in French? I love French art song. I love a lot of French art song, and I took a couple years of high school French. So that was actually in my undergrad diction courses. I felt like I had a lot of kind of conflicting muscle memory from the spoken French that we were doing in my high school classroom, and then kind of bringing in the sung diction.
Yeah, I can understand that. That's great. So I think that one of the things that I specifically want to touch on with you is go back to sort of the recite thing at the top here. And I kind of want to just touch on French language style with you on this. And as you start, we can just practice sort of speaking together on pitch, not even necessarily on pitch, but sustained speech, and find this sort of spoken. I love singers who speak on pitch. What happens with a lot of us is that we get into the habit of sort of creating sound. And what we need to do, especially with a character like this, is actually allow her to speak and be the youthful, innocent young woman that she is. And the more that we sort of bear into mature sound, it takes away a little bit of character.
Okay.
Does that make sense to you? Yeah? What do you say, you and me? Let's start at the top of the recit, okay?
Okay.
And just speak these words for me from the top, okay?
Oh Dieu, que de bijoux, et son rêve charmant qui m'éblouit, ou si je veille, les yeux n'ont jamais vu des richesses pareilles.
Okay.
Continuing?
Yes, please.
Si j'osais seulement me parer un moment de ce pendant d'oreille.
Great. I had to find my way back. I had to find my way back into this score. So what we hear is, oh Dieu, que de bijoux, est un rêve charmant qui m'éblouit, right? So, and I want you to just sort of let that speech dance for me. Even in your speech, I hear this sort of like creation. Can you allow this to be more youthful in speech and more bubbly with the excitement of having these jewels placed in front of you? Try this for me. Oh Dieu!
Oh Dieu! Que de bijoux et son rêve charmant qui m'éblouit. Mes yeux n'ont jamais vu des richesses pareilles.
Yeah, absolutely. Good. The charmant. I hear charmant. And it's charmant. Charmant. Let that charmant. I know it goes down to this, but we got un rêve charmant.
Un rêve charmant.
Yeah. Keep on going from there.
Et son rêve
Qui
charmant
m'éblouit.
Qui m'éblouit. Mes yeux n'ont jamais vu des richesses pareilles.
Yeah, great. Can you start from the beginning for me? One more time. And I want you to just imagine this sort of speech-like quality of it and the carbonation of excitement that exists, yes, in the placement of our vowels and like the way that that sound comes out, but simultaneously, the way that this young girl who has never had anything quite like these jewels that have mysteriously shown up on her doorstep, with the excitement and the way that that manifests itself here on our body in actually like a really great technical tool to help that breath management system here feel that. Okay? Oh Dieu!
Sure, with the piano? Okay.
Sure, let's take it for a spin with that.
Oh Dieu, que de bijoux et son rêve charmant qui m'éblouit, ou si je veille.
Great, let's stop right there. Let's stop right there. A lot better. Can you do me a favor? One of the things that we get in the habit of, especially, and it's so freaking hard with all these pre-recorded tracks, is that you get nervous, you don't know where it is, and you start going like this. And it's these quick breaths that happen right in anticipation of when you're supposed to be coming in. Might I ask you now to just do, even in chunk, 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 oh Dieu, just go like this, slowly, silently, with the feeling of a smile. Take a nice slow inhale and go, oh Dieu, right? Start it for me one more time. And all of these breaths, as long as you can, inhale slowly, silently, and with the feeling of a smile, and see if that allows that dance of text to happen out in front of you. Try it for me one more time.
Oh là, que de bijou, et son rêve charmant qui m'éblouit, ou si je vais.
Yeah, great. Stop, 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 stop. That's great. Oh, si je veille, oh veille, oh veille. It's so easy in these descending cadential moments where we go veille to let our voice just bleh. But in fact, especially in the French language, we want them all to feel like a plane landing and then taking off again. Just this way, and it's just this. Nothing ever finishes down, down. Who have you listened to sing this aria? Who do you like listening to? Do you have anybody?
There are a couple of YouTube videos that I like. There's one from the Met Live. I can't remember who the singer was.
That's okay. Was it maybe Eileen Perez? Was she singing it? Or...
Then.
Yeah. Check out Mirella Franey.
I love her. Yeah.
Yeah. Check out some Franey singing this. She has a really unique, distinct perspective on this. And it's for somebody who has the ability to sing with all of the stretch and all of the voice. When she does this role, especially in this moment, there's innocence and lightness and bubble. Oh goodness, we got 1 minute. Okay, so try this for me one more time. And I want you to embody in this a young teenage girl finding that. So the bottom of phrases never go down. The innocence is a bubbly, bright text that also is there in this on your body. Okay, let's try it one more time. Thank you so much, Merced. This is really wonderful. I appreciate you bringing it for me.
Oh là, que de bijou, et son rêve charmant qui m'éblouit, ou si je vais, les jours de mes vies de richesse parées.
Yes, great. All right, super, super, super. So what I would ask you to do is to pay attention to the speed of your inhales. And whenever you're given an opportunity to get something in a piece like this that has that sort of bubbly excitement throughout, you need to be like a duck on the water, placid as can be, and underneath working crazy like, right? That is that bubble amount of energy, but the breath is slow and placid. And allow that text to dance, 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 and never feel like the cadence ever goes down. Especially at at the cadences, we want them to always feel like they're bright and bubbly, like Marguerite's personality. Okay? I wish we had more time to work together. Thank you so much for bringing this to me and for being here and being vulnerable and just like taking risks and coming out here and doing your thing.
Thank you so much for the feedback. It's awesome.
Of course. It sounds really great. Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay. Olivia, Mayu. Anybody want to sing?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Should I sing now?
Sure. So you are Mayu? Am I pronouncing it correctly?
Yes, my name is Mayu and I'm 17 years old, a junior in high school.
Great, Mayu. So you're a 17-year-old junior in high school?
Yes.
Super. Where do you live, Mayu?
Oh, I'm from San Jose, California.
Super. I love it. And Mayu, what are you going to sing today? Are you singing mandolin?
Yes, I will be singing Mandolin by Foray.
Super. Thanks a lot, Mayu. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, Mayu, that's wonderful. I know. Shake it out. You got nerves, right? We all do. My goodness gracious. It's like the amount of vulnerability and risk that is inherent in being a singer. It is so hard. And so I say to you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, just for coming out here and doing what you're doing. It's in really good shape. Know that. Here, and put it on your heart. It's good. It's good. It's good.
Thank you.
All right. So Mayu, tell me about your relationship to this song. How long have you been singing it? Do you like it?
Yes, I like this song. I've been singing it for 2 months, and I actually really started to like this song after I got to know the text more, because there's all these characters, all these scenes. Yes, that's why I like this song.
So you're a word person. That's wonderful. We love word people at SFCM. We love people who love communicating something. Above all else, at the pinnacle of artistry is communication, is about finding something to say as an artist, and with the people who are listening, communing with them, becoming one in telling a story. Thank you. 10 minutes. Great. Super. So you are a wordsmith. You understand what's going on here. For everybody else, will you tell them a little bit about what is the setting of this piece? What's going on in your mind while this is happening?
Well, this poem is basically, I would imagine the scene as like this whole party, probably outside, because some of the lyrics are also talking about how the branches are coming up from above, and there are singers, listeners, there's all these kind of characters, and it's basically like a huge party.
Yeah. You've got, so like, if you can picture, this is a Paul Verlaine text, and Fête Galant, and it's sort of about fête, party, this sort of party that would happen with rich people in Paris. They would all hang out, and there would be serenaders hanging out and singing to them, and the dancing and the swaying and the sounds of these serenades and the sounds of the mandolin as this serenading was happening, right? So one of the things that I kind of wanted to, we'll talk about a couple of things here. One, I feel like you just need to loosen up. And so what I'm going to have you do for me is just sort of be, do you know when you drive by those like used car lots and they have those Gumby things that like flop in the air? You know what I'm talking about? The way that they like move around like this whole time. I kind of want you to just do your best impression. You don't need to flop your hands in the air like you're doing a wave at the stadium or anything like that. But just sort of like, I want you to get a little loose as you sing this and just see how that affects what's going on here. Okay, can you start this one more time? Do you have a pianist with you?
Yes.
God bless, that's amazing. Great, can you start this from the beginning for me one more time? And what I want you to do is I just kind of want to see you move, especially neck and shoulders this way and that. So you're not holding anything here, okay? Try it for me. Whoops, my brother's FaceTiming me. Great, super, super, absolutely. So immediately we get a little bit more freedom in your sound, right? There's a great, have you ever heard of the Alexander technique? Alexander technique is something that's practiced by artists, but also it was created by a man who was a theater actor about finding freedom in his body. And one of the principles of Alexander technique that I find so interesting is they talk about dynamic neutral, which means that when we are still, we still have dynamic nature in us. And it's one of these things that in Western classical music, we're told that we need to stand still and deliver and all of these things. And what happens is we get locked. And so one of the ways that we can do this is always remaining a little bit free as we're singing. And then as you go too still, put in a little bit of stillness and then see if that freedom in your shoulders and in your neck can still be there. Okay? What is this first phrase all about? Can you tell me? Les donneurs de sérénade et les belles écouteuses échangent des propos fades sous les ramures chanteuses.
There are the singers, the serenaders, they're singing, and then there's the listeners as well. And they're all kind of, there's some, they're exchanging thoughts, not thoughts, but they're having all conversations. And then there's the branches coming up from above that are singing. Yeah.
Right. So you're just a narrator setting the stage, right? This is like the introduction to the piece. Sort of like, hey, listeners, listen up. This is what we got. So set the text as such, just as a narrator, just someone, everybody, listen up. This is what this piece is all about. Okay? Wiggle those shoulders for me. Wiggle that neck a little bit and set the scene. Try it for me one more time. We're just going to go through that first phrase. Okay? Thank you, Mayu. This is really wonderful. Super, Mayu. Good. You're finding a lot more freedom. Now, we're just going to touch on this one gesture. You've got, at the beginning of this piece, the indicator by Monsieur Fauré of dolce, sweetly. and then you've got nothing else. You've got a piano marking in the piano part, but then on this little tiny fioratura moment, this little coloratura moment, at that moment, we got a little hairpin, right? We got a little swell and then a little decrescendo. Can you give that to me?
Yes.
Sure, let's try it here. How about we just go, échange de propre fade. Okay, right on that?
Yes. Échange des propos sourire en mur, chanteuse.
Good. All right, let's try that again. How do we crescendo?
Like
This is,
go.
yeah, a crescendo is a growth of sound, right? More sound. Where do we make sound?
Well, from the diaphragm.
How about, we can just speak in big, huge generalities here in our body, right? Because we don't have an instrument, right? It's us. We are the instrument. So when we crescendo, I want you to make your body bigger. I want you to think about drinking in sound. This is one of these things. A lot of times when we try to crescendo, what we do is we push sound out. But instead, what I want you to do is just think about drinking sound in. Make sound in yourself as you crescendo. Can you try that for me one more time and see what happens with this? Go in for me. Yes, Mayu, you feel that?
Yes. Is the feeling supposed to be like backwards or?
It's supposed to be in. I hesitate to go any further than that right now, just because we want to find expanse, right? We've got all of these cavities inside of us that we send our sound into, and it bounces around and makes big, beautiful, wonderful acoustic sounds. So just into your body. Yeah, maybe a little bit here, maybe a little bit here, maybe a little bit here. But that as we crescendo, we go in. That's why you'll see a lot of singers sort of squatting or plie as a ballerina, going into their bodies, that sort of thing. I just want you to go in. Okay, let's try that from the beginning one more time. I want you to find that dynamic stillness. So in stillness, allowing your body still to have a lot of energy and freedom about it. And then as you crescendo, allow your sound to grow in yourself instead of pushing out. Cool?
Yes.
Great, Mayu. Thank you. Let's start it right from the beginning up into where we stopped. Super, Mayu. Great. Really, really well done. You have a beautiful, beautiful voice. Everything is just where we all want it to be at 17 years old. Really well done. Thank you so much for coming out here and, sharing a bit of yourself.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Pleasure's all mine. Have a great rest of your night.
You too.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, excellent job. So who would like to go next?
I can go next.
All right.
Hello, my name is Jacine Gibbs, and I already have a master's degree, and I'm just in the process of trying to do competitions and auditions for different things, trying to get that career going, because I was teaching and I'm kind of doing a career switch right now. So
good for you. Way to go all in.
Thank you.
You know, that's what we've got to do. We just got to go in. Just go in, dive into the deep end, do it. Great, Jacine. Am I saying that right? Jacine? Jacine?
Yes.
Great. Jacine, so you're going to sing a little bit of Eboli for us?
Yes. Odon Fatale.
All right, let's do it. Let's take it for a spin. Let's take this beast out.
All right. Let's see. Make sure I'm queued up. All right.
Odon fatale, odon crudele, che in suo furor mi fece il cielo. Tu che ci fai, si va nel te, ti marito, versar sol polso il pianto, spero non soffrir d'avrò, il mio diletto, il mio canto, che cancellar, mai non potrò. Ti marito, oh mia vita, Dico, oh mia beltà. Oh mia regina, io ti solo in un chiostro al mondo ormai il mio dolore. Ahimè, ahimè, Ciel e Carlo, amore te, domani, tra Dio, amore te, amore dimmi presto, lo stelle marine, o salverò, un dì mi resta, a Sirio, benedico in te,
Yes, Jacine. Thank you so much. What? Oh, yeah, that's exactly what Mary said. Absolutely. We're all, yeah, Lisa Nichols, we're all chiming in. A lot of bravas. Yeah, that's hot. That's hot to try. I know. Yeah, take a breath. Take a breath. How's it feel to sing? You know that here's the catch with this piece. It's like 3 different arias in one, right?
Right.
You've got 3 totally different characters that exist in this moment of madness for Eboli to go through this whole thing of like self-damnation, apology to Elisabetta, and then like, oh, I still have an opportunity. I actually can go and save this man. I can do this, right? It's all of these different things, all sort of like crammed into the sardine can that is this aria, right?
Right.
Well, you do them all extraordinarily well, wow. which is distinct. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
I kind of want to talk about this middle section, which is I think the hardest part of this whole piece is this apology to your queen, right? This Elisabetta section. There's a couple of things I want to talk about. It's buoyancy of breath in the wake of all of this going on, where you're working and working and working and working, to see if you can find for me a little bit more expanse and calm in your body. Because it's not like this whole section is, a lot of it is a more middle part of your voice, and you don't need to be cranking. And in fact, what you should be doing, ideally, what I would like for you to be doing, is conserving both voice and body energy for when you get to the O carro part. Okay? So can we go back into that middle section, please? Where's it? Oh, mia regina. Great, 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 great. So what I want you to think about for me right now is, like, you're an advanced singer for where we are right here. So I just have to like kind of like deal real quick on a couple of things. What I want you to do is inhale for me with your hands inverted on your ribs and feel that rib cage get buoyant, big, as you inhale into them. And just take a couple of those slow, silent feeling of a smile inhale and feel these ribs go wide on you. And then let it out. Inhale again and continue to feel as if you're inhaling into your hands for a couple of seconds. Do you feel how they go big on you there? And then let them out. You can do the same thing. Put your hand right here on your belly button. And I want you to inhale into your fist and then not press into your hands, but to continue feeling inhale and recognize that sensation of inhalation. Go ahead. And then let it out. And then inhale into that fist one more time. So what we want to do is, before "Oh mia regina," we want to inhale, and then in that feeling of inhalation, continue to feel inhale and energize in that inhale. Oh mia, so that there is buoyancy and inhale as you come in. All right? Can you try that for me one more time? Is this resonating with you? That's the wrong verb to use. Does this make any sense for you?
Yes, it does. You want me to continue to feel the inhale while I'm actually exhaling, correct?
ma'am. This is this Italian principle of la lutte vocale, which is that we want the appropriate amount of tension between inhale and exhale. And right now, coming out of the first section, we want to make sure that those exhale muscles are not just sitting there winning and cramping your style. We want this to feel buoyant and big in the body, especially at this tessitura down in the basement. Okay?
Okay.
Try it for me. Thank you so much.
Okay, I think that's...
Great. So now you're finding me all of that wonderful different quality about it without any sort of pressure. What I want to do now is see if you can find me a clearer, are you intentionally putting on the color of breathlessness on this section?
Well, no, I wasn't doing that intentionally. That kind of just started happening when I was trying to do the inhale.
The inhale thing? Good. Clear it up. Keep it as snarly and nasty up here as you can while still keeping that buoyancy of body. Can you try that for me, please?
Yes.
And see how that manifests itself? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes. Now that for me has all of the vitality that we need in this moment, and still like it's just so special when you do that. So we want to lean into clarity of vowel, where I feel like this is such a nasty part of the voice. Oh, mia regi, and regi. Oh, mia regina, io ti mollai. You froze on me, Justine, but I'm going to still keep on talking because that's what I do. So I want you to just sort of allow the clarity of these Italian vowels to be present up here while still feeling that buoyancy, the enormity here of this motor that is your body that allows for that column of sound. Try that for me one last time and then keep on going, okay? Really well done. Good. Good. Justine, this is really special singing. Thank you so much for this. One of the things I want to draw your attention to is at the bottom of your voice. I talk with students that I teach often about the scales of justice and the way that when you're in the bottom of your voice here, dark, full sounds naturally happen. And so what we might need to do is put a little bit, you're familiar with the idea of chiaro scuro, the idea of bright and dark being present in a million units each way, right? We want all of these times 1,000. Well, right now, your O vowel, solo un chiostro. And I'm not saying that you need to close the vowels real much, but I do want a little bit more, especially in the O vowels down in this part of your voice, just a little bit more chiaro to it.
Yes.
So, solo in un chiostro, right?
Yes.
Can you just sing that phrase for me without, we've got seconds. So just like take it for a spin for me without.
Sure.
Thank you so much.
Solo in chiostro al mondo ormai.
Super. So this phrase in particular is going to be, you can see it right here. Solo chiostro al mondo ormai dovrò celar il mio dolor. Look, we got 7 big, oh, I'm showing off. I have my 3-year-old aspiring manicurist in the house this weekend, and she is going to town on me here. But 7 O vowels in this one phrase that's all, for the most part, in your low and middle voice, right?
Yes.
Just kind of tilt that O, and put a little bit more of that chiaro sound on it for me, okay?
Okay.
Super. Thank you so much, Justine. It's a pleasure hearing you, and I really do hope that wonderful, wonderful things are on the horizon for you.
Thank you. That means so much. I appreciate the opportunity. And
of course, it's my pleasure listening. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Olivia? Is there an Olivia here? Hi, Olivia. Hi, Olivia. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. So, Olivia, how old are you?
I'm 16.
You're 16. Great. And Olivia, where's home for you?
I'm in California. I'm in San Jose, California.
You're in San Jose. Great. Was it? Oh, yeah. Mayu's also there. Do you know Mayu? No. Great. So, Olivia, you're a 16-year-old in San Jose. What is it that you're going to be singing for us today?
I'll be singing Lord Perduta Mi Mezquina.
Will you please say that one more time? I missed it.
I'm sorry. I will be singing Lord Perduta Mi Mezquina.
Great.
Okay. Sorry if you hear my dog's barking. I'll be starting the track now.
Mi mezquina
Say it again, please.
Sorry, I realized I pitched a lot in that. I had a cold the other day. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's really, really, really good. Olivia, can you keep on going for me?
Oh, that's the end of it. It's only like a 2-page.
Oh, that's where you're going to. Great. Superb. This was really wonderful. This was really good. I feel you not believing me right now.
Thank you so much.
It's really in good shape. It's really in good shape. Certainly. What did you like? What did you like about what you just did?
Well, it sounded. I liked the at the beginning. I liked how exciting that was.
Can you speak? It's a little hard for me to hear you speaking right now, Olivia. Can you just come a little closer to your microphone for me, please?
I'm so sorry. Well, I liked how at the beginning how like light and fluffy it was, so that was nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that you have a wonderfully grounded instrument and like a distinct and unique sound. And what I really kind of want to work with you on a little bit is that as you ascend up into the top part of your voice here, is trying to not push your sound out, right? Right now, I feel like you've got a little bit of drive in your sound where you're making sure that it's all going. And what I want is to find a little bit more ease. So what I'm going to have you do is start it from the beginning one more time. And I want you to sing the whole thing on a staccato. Can you do that for me? Lo, per tu, ta, yeah? I want you to just try that for me. Go ahead, start it up. And every time you sing this staccato throughout, I want you to just think about your body and how small and how short each sound can be, and allow your body to feel inhale throughout instead of feeling this sort of drive in the body. Okay? Can you start it from the beginning one more time? Super. Stop right there. Stop right there. Super. Do that for me. Do that for me one more time. And even the long notes, I just want you to touch. Okay? Stop. Right? That's it. I don't want you to sustain. This is exactly it. You're finding this is a wonderful exercise for anybody that is trying to find a little bit more buoyancy and freedom in their sound. It's always a good exercise to go and sing things on a staccato, like the shortest staccato you can ever imagine, and go through it just on staccato and feel that in the body throughout. Okay? Start it for me one more time on a staccato.
Sorry, I had to load it up again.
Oh, Olivia, you're doing wonderfully here. You don't need to apologize for anything. This is in really good shape. Breathe. Breathe. Good, right there. One more time. Even without the piano. Even without the piano. Just do it for me. Good. La penduta meschina. No, che so, che so. Super, super. Do you feel this sort of lightness and buoyancy that exists in your body there? Okay. Last time, I'm going to have you do that staccato for me one more time. And I want you to pay particular attention to the buoyancy of body and the gentle nature of this melting candle of a neck that you've got here. Like a big, huge candle that's in a 250-degree oven. It's just melting. Okay? Try that for me one more time without the piano. La penduta. Good. And now without the piano. La verdura meschina. And just with that same feeling of inhalation and staccato that you found in your body, but now singing it with the legato of the piece. Okay? Yes. Yes. That's it. That's the one. Really, really well done. Is that sensation foreign, familiar, or somewhere in between?
Well, it's pretty. I would say that it's familiar. Sorry, I'm talking too quietly when I would say that it's familiar. Yeah.
Yeah. That's wonderful. What I hear then is a little bit more freedom and release in your sound than I had heard previously. Okay? Can we start from the beginning with the piano accompaniment one more time? And I want you to think about that feeling of staccato and release throughout, okay? What I hear you doing is Meschineva la perduta. And I hear you driving through it. Can you, we've touched on this a couple of times in this class. With Mayu, we talked about how crescendos go into our body. When we talked with Jacine about the buoyancy of body, of feeling that inhale, I would say that in this moment right here of can you find grace and a gesture in each of these rather than just driving through that? Can you try that for me? Even without the piano, if it's okay. Yeah. can you start each of these little gestures a little bit smaller? So we're actually following the stress of the word. Right now I'm hearing mesquinela, lo perduta, out of rhythm, but all of the syllables sound similarly important. And what our charge is as singers is to go into the important moments. Try that for me, will you? Yeah, that's the idea. You're getting closer on this. Good. Is your piano accompaniment lined up right now for where you are?
I would think so, yes.
Why don't you take these ideas of going to the stressed syllables in each of these phrases and finding direction, along with that feeling of buoyancy in the staccato, and see what happens with the rest of this piece. Cool?
Yes. I'm sorry, I think that you're muted.
How about that for just a moment of dating yourself? Yeah, really, really wonderfully done. And I think if you explore these ideas of a little bit more buoyancy and a little bit more of direction in your sound, that last note that is right now at the forefront of your consciousness and your attention that's making you feel uncomfortable, I think you're going to find a lot more comfort in that when you start exploring this idea a little bit further. Okay? Thank you so much for coming and sharing a little bit of yourself here tonight. You sound absolutely wonderful, and it's a pleasure hearing you and trying to help you find some progress.
Thank you so much for all of your help. It really did help me a lot.
Oh, thank you. It's my pleasure. Thanks a lot, Olivia. All right, y'all.
All right, so that concludes our class tonight. And as he has recommended that you check out San Francisco Conservatory if you've enjoyed tonight's class. And the website was so graciously put in the chat by Lisa Nichols. And so to answer Lucy's question, which was presented earlier, that San Francisco Conservatory does have a Master of Music program, and 99% of our students receive scholarship from SFCM, according to Lisa Nichols in the admissions office. So if they would like to reach you, how could they possibly do that?
You can reach Lisa at her, what is it, L Nichols, I think so, at SFCM, and you can reach me at mworth@sfcm.edu. So,
right.
And I also put our general email in the chat as well for any other questions. Apply at sfcm.edu, and any of us will see that one too.
Super.
All right. Wonderful. So we have time for one question from Mayu. So if you can unmute yourself, then go ahead.
This is kind of a general question, but I was wondering, what is your favorite part about performing live, and what's like the biggest difference? And I asked this because I started singing 10 months ago and I never sang live, so I'm not really familiar. So I was just.
Are you telling me that this is the first time that you've ever sung live for people? What you just did?
Yesterday I sang for my first time.
Oh, Mayu, it's so wonderful. Thank you so much for doing that. I mean, goodness gracious. We talk about being vulnerable and taking risks. That was huge what you just did. Congratulations. I love singing live for people because of the unpredictability and the amount of sort of like connection and empathy that is required and then is simultaneously given back to us as performers. That's what I love most. There is a humanity that exists in live performance, and certainly in sharing the stage with others in opera or in musical theater. But there's a connectivity and an empathy that happens in live performance that I think is rare in the rest of our lives.
Thank you.
Of course, Mayu. Thank you so much.
I think that's a wonderful way to end tonight's class. So thank you so much, Dr. Matt Worth, for your time and working with these singers. Congratulations to all of the singers on a wonderful performance. And I hope that you all have enjoyed our 2021 College Expo. But the fun isn't over yet. Like I said, we have our convention at the end of May. So check out those schedules as they come out. And I hope to see you guys there. All right. Have a good night. Bye-bye.